Love is patient. Love is kind. Love protects. Love always trusts. Love always hopes. Love never fails. Amazing love.
Welcome, Christ TV viewers all over the world. We welcome you to yet another edition of this exciting program, Amazing Love. In this program, we explore the various charity works being done by Prophetess Ruth Makandiwa through Agape Family Care. Agape Family Care is the charity arm of the United Family International Church, and through the patronage of Prophetess Makandiwa, this ministry has helped thousands of people across the world. Today in this program, we are fortunate enough to have Mr. and Mrs. Chitekwe, who are the founders of Tanyarazwa Children's Home. This orphanage is situated in Kadenge village in Murewa. I welcome you to the program.
Thank you so much, Elsie.
I would like to know, first of all, how all of this started. Was this something that you had in mind all along, that you wanted to start an orphanage, or it's something that just came by?
Thank you, Elsie. Greetings to you, viewers, and all sons and daughters of the Prophet, Emmanuel Makandiwa. You know, Elsie, it is very difficult sometimes, to explain how God does his things. There was never a day when we sat down to say we are planning to set up a children's home. In around 2001, we would visit Tanyarazwa Children's Home in Highfield, where my wife and I would go and help out at the orphanage there. My wife would wash the children. I would also help in sweeping some of the bedrooms where children would sleep in. We also managed to, till the land for Tanyarazwa Children's Home when they started their gardening project. We would donate, fertilizers and tillage services to the children's home. And while we were doing this, we were also paying school fees for 10 children at our rural home in Kadenge, at Darangwa Primary School. So it found some of those children whom we would pay school fees for, they had problems in their nutrition. They couldn't really get enough food. So my wife started a feeding scheme at Kadenge Rural Health Center, or Kadenge Clinic. We got permission from the Ministry of Health and Child Care to start that feeding scheme. After we thought we are doing well, after we thought we've looked after the children fully, there came another need for the children. Some of them would walk 9 kilometers from the feeding point to the homes where they would sleep. So permission was sought for us to look after those children, or to keep those children in our homestead. So we stayed with those children, one after the other, until the number grew to about 40. After which we then sought permission from the Department of Social Services, to register the children's home. So this, in short, is how the children's home was started. It was never really planned, but God would just give you another opportunity to go a step further. After you think you have helped this one, you tell you that no, this is not adequate. You still need to cover this area. After you cover that area, you still tell you need to cover this area again. So that's how the home got established.
Amazing story. Mrs. Chitekwe, can you tell us at that time, what were the problems and challenges that you were facing?
Life was difficult for us, Elsie, by that time. Before meeting Prophetess Ruth Makandiwa, children would have at least 1 meal per day. Blankets were not enough for the children. They would go to school on barefoot, because it was a thing that we didn't plan that we end up being big as we are today. We thought we could just take care of maybe 10 children, those which would afford, my husband would afford to give me the funds to look after those children. But by every day, each hour, each day, we were giving birth to new children. So as a result, things were getting tough for us as the family was going big.
You're saying some of the children would go to school barefoot. Does this mean you could not afford to buy them shoes? You could not afford them to give them proper meals on a daily basis?
Yes, we couldn't. As I said, the family was growing big. The needs were growing big every day. As a result, we ended up not affording everything which the children would need. Though we had the passion of having them, but we end up with a little in our pocket for the children.
Mr. Chitekwe, as if I heard your wife correctly, she was saying the funds that you would give her. Where were you getting these funds?
Okay, I was getting the funds from my company. I was running a company called Premier Cargo Services, which is a clearing and freight forwarding company. So from the little profits that we would get from the company, we would buy some food items from companies like Nutresco, where we would buy, instant maheu, this high energy drink. And I would send to Kadenge village, where my wife was running this feeding scheme, so as to be able to feed the children.
Was there not a point at some point when you thought of giving up because things were difficult for you?
Yeah, sure. At one time we were about to, because it was difficult for us to say, I would love the children, I would love to give them life, but I'm not affording to give them a proper diet. So we are about to leave it. We would say, God, although we have the passion, but we are getting tired. The funds are no longer permitting us to do so.
So can you tell us how you met Prophetess Ruth Makandiwa?
Well, we were invited to attend Prophet Emmanuel Makandiwa's birthday in 2010, on the 24th of December. We went there. Personally, I didn't really like Prophet Makandiwa. Well, to me, he was just one of those, pompous young pastors, That time I was still called Pastor Makandiwa. And I didn't really, like him. He was just someone who was pompous to me. That's how I took him. So we went there to attend his birthday party at the City Sports Center. I was really, really amazed, when we went there to see the number of people who turned up and the type of people. I was expecting to see some, high-ranking officials, government officials, other church, dignitaries. But to my surprise, there were street kids and other children from, orphanage, from other orphanages, and our own children. We were, that time, I think we took 120 children there, and the love that we received there was just enormous. I couldn't really believe that this is the same man whom I was despising. He asked my wife what we would need from, for the smooth running of the children's home. And that time we had some kind of a policy, that said, if somebody asks you, how you would want to help you, you don't say everything, otherwise you scare him away, you scare him off. So my wife said a few things. Now the prophet, being a prophet, he actually knew that there were other things that we were hiding away from him, which we really needed. So he said, no, she has not said, or can you please say some more? What you have said is not enough. I know there's some more things that we are supposed to say. Then she was given time, to kind of think of what to ask for. And she added a few more items. The prophet realized that no, we are being economical with our needs. So he said, okay, you go and write what you need down, and then you bring the paper or the items to the attention of the then charity department. So that was done. And before we could actually send the items, Prophetess Ruth Makandiwa actually sent a team from charity department to our children's home without our knowledge. I thought they were going to call us, ask for directions and things like that. But they just came. And when they came, they said, look, you guys, why didn't you say this? You need this, you need this. So they ended up bringing much more than we had actually requested.
Amazing, coming from somebody whom you had despised before. Viewers, we'll take a short break at this point in time. Please stay with us.
Amazing love.